Let's talk about the art of watchmaking, especially here in our country. This is a young man who is doing amazing stuff with watches here and making watches locally, which is really, really impressive. So let's talk about it right now. Please welcome Tony Dzamefe, CEO of Caveman Watches.
Hello, bro.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing, bro?
It's really good to see you.
Thank you, thank you.
You're a very nice gentleman.
I'm trying to be like you.
Sharp
man.
guy.
I could be like you.
A really, really sharp guy. How long did this journey of watchmaking begin for you?
Like 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah, but
tell me about you growing up. Is there any part of you growing up that's really made watches interesting to you?
Funny enough, I never liked watches.
Never?
Yeah, as of 4 years ago, I never liked watches. So,
well,
unexpected answer for you, eh?
As of 4 years ago, you never liked watches?
I never liked watches, true. You know, I hear people telling me that, oh, Charlie, I have my phone, I look at my time on my phone.
That's what you used to do also?
I was that kind of guy, yeah.
Oh, tell me about this journey. You started liking watches 4 years ago,
yeah,
and now you make quite really amazing watches, great quality too. How does this watchmaking journey start for you?
Okay, it started from selling watches.
Oh, you started selling other brands of watches?
Selling other brands of watches. Sold one watch, bought 2 watches, sold 3 watches, you know, moved from there. Then I started repairing watches.
So, oh, you started repairing watches?
So repairing watches, that's where the whole journey started from. I got more curious about mechanisms, the watch mechanisms and how the movements work. So when I was able to repair watches for some time, then I'm like, okay, if I know how these things work, I mean, what stops me from making one? Because all the watches that I used to sell imported. So I started looking for African watch brands and I couldn't find any. I'm like, oh. So all these watches in the world, I mean, why?
None of them are really African.
Yeah, none of them are coming from this side of the world. Why is that? You know, so I just got curious and.
Then you started. So where did you start sourcing your materials from?
You know, I have to break everything down into, you know, steps, right? So first you learn how to repair them, learn about them, how they work and all that. Then I started designing wall clocks because they're more simple to make.
Wall clocks, more simple to make.
Wall clocks, because they are not as complex as the wrist watches, the movements. Yeah, so made wall clocks, then moved from there to learning about leather work, leather crafts. So I could make my own straps. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, people keep bringing watches to me for repairs, and most of the times people have very good watches, but the leather straps are bad.
Okay.
So, you know, I take all these problems that the popular watch brands have, and I'm writing them down that now I have to solve all these problems. So I could build a design that tackles all these issues and have a perfect design. And I believe that's what I did.
Did people believe you when you said these watches were from a Ghanaian manufacturer?
Well, people knew my story from the beginning. I didn't just pop out of nowhere, you know, with my watches, because selling watches, hawking watches here and there.
Oh, okay.
You build that following.
So you had a market.
Yeah, I had a market.
People you sold to.
People I sold to.
Who are now essentially Caveman customers.
Yeah. So it was easy to, you know, introduce the brand because they've already known you for watches. They know you are an expert in watch repairing, and you know, so they don't doubt that you comprehend.
Quality stuff you do too. Tell me about the name Caveman.
Okay, so the name Caveman, you know, people go like, why don't you give the watch a Ghanaian name or an African name? But I tell them that, look, I don't think there's any name more African than Caveman.
Tell me why.
I mean, it's like the origin of
humanity.
Humanity, let me put it that way. I believe everything started from here. You know, we are really talented people here, but most of the times the ideas get taken out of the continent and then utilized somewhere. So I believe everything started here, you know. So Caveman is a very African name, if you would ask me.
So Caveman represents the beginning of everything.
Beginning of everything.
Everything of everything.
And you know how cavemen build things with their hands. So I emphasize on the handcrafts, manually assembling the watches and building pure animal skin leather straps. So we make sure that we have an element of nature in our work, in the handcrafts.
That's lovely. Tell me about the man hours. I mean, how long would you take you to finish completely and polish this piece that I'm holding here?
Oh boy, maybe because we manufacture in bulk. Okay. People would be like, people will come with particular requests that make this for me.
Oh,
okay.
People come with specific requests. Make this type of watch
make
for
this
me.
particular type for me. And sometimes they don't get to understand that you have to open a new mold case, and some of the things have to be done in bulk to cut costs.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I could make one watch for somebody, but it might be really expensive.
It might take a lot of time.
It might take a lot of time and a lot of resources.
You customize also?
Yeah, we customize. We customize.
Even on the case, so you're able to customize on the case.
Yeah, we customize on the case. We customize on the leather.
Caveman, blisskingg.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
You need that.
that's what I want. Let's talk about Don Jazzy. Did you sign Don Jazzy to promote your watches? From where I stand, that's quite a big deal. But also, people have talked about the fact that he's non-Ghanaian, and why would you make that kind of move? Why did you go to Don Jazzy?
I wouldn't say I went to Don Jazzy. Don Jazzy came to me.
Okay.
Okay. When I introduced the watches out there, I had a friend who is like a mutual friend. Okay, so this friend wanted to buy a gift for Don Jazzy, and then, you know, he came to me and bought the Caveman watch for Don Jazzy. So when he got the watch, he sent me a message on Instagram how impressed he was, and how, you know,
for the fact that it was a Ghanaian made watch.
Ghanaian, and he mentioned how he never really was a watch guy. He had only one watch his whole life that he used to wear. So he really fell in love with the watch, and then he started wearing the watch everywhere. And then he would actually go to the photo studio and take pictures for me. Like, he was doing all this stuff out of
Don Jazzy was being very nice to you.
Yeah, so people think I like paid him some money or this or that. You know, that's the thing. He just threw his whole support behind the brand. You know, and from there we built a relationship, and we took things from there. But he's been really supportive. Then
he was some billboards here in Accra.
Yeah.
Caveman watches.
He was really people were questioning me that why put a Nigerian on, but the brand is there's a global target. Okay, it's not just for Ghana, it's a global target. So I mean, would we have complained if it was Floyd Mayweather on the billboard? We wouldn't have complained.
Maybe not, but this is guaranteed quality. And before we go to Jackie for Click, I want to ask you, what is your dream for the Caveman brand?
Okay.
What is your biggest dream for this brand?
My biggest dream is to rival the biggest watch brand that you know.
Maybe a Rolex?
To rival and to overtake them, and to leave this legacy behind, you know. So decades after, when this Caveman brand is really global, we'll be like, oh, I know the guy who started it. I know when it started. It was my time that it started. Let's leave that legacy behind.
So this you see as a really global brand in the future.
Yeah, because I think I've been in this field for some time. I have the expertise, I have the knowledge and the strategies required. I know buyer preferences, what people look out for when they are purchasing watches. So I kind of have my angles covered, and I've stopped my global copyright, patented my designs and all that. So the foundation is really strong, and we have the clear direction and the vision. So I think we'll get there.
I'm really impressed. Congrats on everything you're doing. I mean, from Ghana. Thank you for making young people see this interview and tell themselves that it's possible, to create a real quality brand from our country. Really impressive. You have a couple of shops in town, I believe.
Yeah, we are located at Ajingano.
Okay.
Yeah, we share the same space with Timepiece GH.
Oh, okay.
On the Ajingano lane.
Yeah.
Just after the Ajingano Basic School, the football park. We are 2 buildings after the football park.
So people walk into the shop and make purchases?
People walk into the shop.
People also make orders, right?
They make orders. They want to come and have a look at their watches. You know, they have so many questions for me that I answer. They have a hand-on feel.
Well, we've got to thank you, Caveman. People, listen, this is it. Buy a Ghanaian-made watch instead of... So right now I just took my Rolex off. Yes. Because I don't need it anymore.
Thank you very much.
And I'm going to strap on a Caveman because that's what is right.
Thank you. Anyway,